Let's start with Macron, which always sounds like a cookie to me, but he's the French president. And Macron, it says that de-dollarizing might be the thing to do. He said trading in commodities and other currencies might be the right thing for France and others. After spending 6 hours with the Chinese President Xi as part of a 3-day state visit to China, Macron made it extremely clear that France wants nothing to do with World War III, emphasizing that Europe must employ strategic autonomy, presumably led by France. While speaking with reporters aboard the Air Force One for France, the French president said that the great risk facing Europe right now is that it gets caught up in a crisis that is not ours, which prevents it from being its strategic autonomy. He is calling for a single global world order. He said, we're living in a jungle right now, and we have two big elephants trying to become more and more nervous. I don't even understand that. That must be a bad translation. Why two elephants that are trying to be more nervous? What are you talking about?
Someone just threw it into Google Translate, didn't even try to make bother to make it make
it's
sense.
The president of France. They don't ever make sense. If they become very nervous and start a war, it will be a big problem for the rest of the jungle. You need the cooperation of a lot of other animals, tigers, monkeys, and so on. What is he talking to Kamala Harris? Like, and boys and girls.
Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. That's all praises to the World Coast God. What's your name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, Ba'ashem meaning in the name of, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preaching His word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify. And I wanted to go in on this video because this is all prophecy speaking. Right? He mentioned a couple things, how Macron is also mentioning a new one world global order, which is the new world order right there. Right? The planet of elites. But he also mentioned how, right, part of that beast system is trying to step away and break off and now deal with the U.S. dollar, which is the whore that rides the beast. The U.S. is the whore that rides the beast. And the beast is that whole NATO system, which started off as the EEC, the European Economic Community. Right? And this is one of the major players trying to leave the U.S. dollar. And this is all prophecy speaking. Right? Just keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your eyes on prophecy, because this stuff is starting to unfold. This is probably start with this second one first. Daniel 2. Daniel 2:43. It says, and whereas thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, they shall be mingled. It says they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, as iron, even as the iron is not mixed with the clay. Right? And that's what you're seeing. These nations have mingled themselves together, right? Going into all the NATO nations and all the little vassal states that came out of that. Right? They've mingled themselves together. The greatest of them all have mingled themselves together. You have let me grab the image for you. Right, so here it is. You have the beast and the whore that rides the beast. Right? And the major nations that came out of that were the 10 horns mentioned in the Revelation as well. And it's Belgium, Denmark, France. Right? France is part of that. Italy. And Italy's been talking about leaving the U.S. dollar. Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece. Greece has been one of the weaker nations that can't do anything without some Edomite help, right? Spain and Portugal, England and Ireland, West Germany, right? And now you have one of the major empires within the beast system wanting to leave the U.S. dollar, which that spells all types of hell. It's about to happen, man. So it says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of man, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Right? All right, so that's what's happening. They mingle themselves, but they're not agreeing on anything. They're separating from each other, having disputes and spats, calling each other out. This is the time where stuff starts breaking down, man. Stuff is gonna start breaking down now within them leaving the U.S. dollar and trying to leave it and putting that on a grand scale for everybody to know that this is what they're planning. That shows you that the U.S. empire is almost out the door, and they're getting ready to do away with this dollar because they wouldn't let those things come out. Now, ultimately, prophecy is unfolding where, right, all these nations are going to come up against Babylon the Great. Right, the scriptures tell you the Lord was going to make him greatly despised. Right, this Obadiah 1:7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Right, was not France, Luxembourg, all those nations are nations that made a pact, right? That drank the wine of the fornication of America, Babylon the Great. These are the confederate nations, and now one of them is breaking off. So all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. The U.S. and France had a great relationship for a long time, right? So the ones that had peace, now they're deceiving them, right? They had just had a whole bunch of meetings with France, and everything was on the up and up. So now they're sitting there saying, we're going to get ready to leave these motherfuckers. This is prophecy, man. And prevailed against thee, they that eat thy bread, right, making money with them, have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in him, right? So the ones that eat the bread is France, right? And all these other nations are going to do the same thing. They're going to see that, oh, shit, France is taking a move. All right, well, solidarity in numbers, and they're going to start trying to make other moves. You're going to see Italy come in. I can see Italy, England, right? The Netherlands, Belgium. I can see those being the first couple of countries that break off, and then after that, all of them are gonna do it. All of them are gonna do it because the scriptures tell you the Lord was gonna turn all his allies against him. Right? That's gonna happen, man. That's gonna happen. And prophecy is unfolding to where now that dollar's collapsing, nobody wants this devil's money anymore. That was part of his the scriptures tell you riches are a defense. Now, if those riches are no longer considered riches, what defense is this place going to have? Revelation 17. And what was that? Revelation 17:16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest, we covered that, upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For the Most High put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High be fulfilled. And they've agreed, they've given their kingdoms unto that beast, right? And now they're breaking off. So this is good news. This is beautiful news, man. Because prophecy is unfolding, and the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, is getting ready to be here, man. This is Jeremiah 50:24. I'm going to end it here. It says, I have laid a snare for thee. Let me see if there's more on this. Yeah, I'll start at 23. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware, right? So this is a snare and a trap. The fact that all these nations are leaving this U.S. dollar, it's part of a snare and a trap of the Lord, man. And these devils never saw it coming. They really never really saw this coming, right? That they would lose this much power in such a quick amount of time. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Most High. And this is why this devil's going down, man. He's striven against the Lord. With his actions, with his laws, with what he's pushed out into this world, with how he's treated the Lord's people. Now he's getting ready to go down, man. The Lord willing, satisfying. Shalom.